Isan kitchen right here. Yeah, my concern with this one was all those wires running through it. Let's see. Got some Uncle Tom, got some ploy. Oh, Gordon's, that's what we're after. Said it before and I'll say it again. You probably won't starve in Thailand. You damn well might get fat. And I don't know if those are electricity. I think that's all telecom stuff. But I could be wrong. And it might be electricity. Oh yeah, here we go. Baby's got her working uniform on. Said you got your working uniform on. Your uniform. Oh yeah, making quick work out of that thing. Probably need to take down some of this signage at some point. Today we're over at the camp house, shaping things up a bit. We have reorganized in here, gotten rid of a ton of shit that was just hanging out in here. There's still some trash to go out. This door came from our house. When we got our new door, we got rid of the old sliding door, and they were going to install it here, but it doesn't fit. So I think they're just going to sell it. Moved this bench. This bench was like over here and covered in junk. I kind of want to chop down all these little signs that are out here because it's no longer going to be a shop. It's more or less just an outdoor dining area. Got the TV working though. Brother App is playing with the receiver right now, so that's why it's kind of jumpy. But this was all just cluttered and disorganized. And then Tick flagged down a guy on the side of the road a minute ago to see if he wanted a job cutting a tree down. And it's coming down for 800 baht. No chainsaw. This dude's just up there chopping away. Legit. I like it. Making good progress over here. I think this is Tukta's graduating class here. Look at these young lovers. Look at a suave cat in the middle here. That's an old picture there. Oh, that's a lot better. So I'm not really sure what the design concept was right here when they decided to make a shop. But I think initially it was chain link that was going to go on top of this pre-existing perimeter wall. And then someone probably decided that it was too hot in here. So they figured they would go with siding on top of the chain link. But not on top of all of it, because then you can hang these lacta soy or whatever banners outside to kind of block the sun. Which is cool in like an advertising kind of sense, right? If this was still going to be a shop, but now it's not. So I was just about to chop these down, and then they found another one, this baby wash or whatever it is. And they're like, oh, we can hang this one up where we got some sunlight coming in. So now we get to like eat and hang out and look at this beautiful advertisement. I don't know. Maybe at some point vinyl siding will, or not vinyl siding, but that wooden siding stuff will go up to fill the rest of this in. But I don't know. I really want to chop these signs down. But it ain't my place. And that tree is gone. So it'll be a little bit neater and nicer for mom-in-law. But there are some real renovations that need to happen on the inside. And of course, that's coming from like my own kind of personal feng shui. But I would say that these bathrooms just need to be gutted and redone. Like maybe a glassed-in shower or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's dark in here too. But like that things, you can tell the rod's kind of hanging down, about to break out of the wall. There's a leak upstairs, which I think led to some of that decay up there, which is not good. Oh man, that's a bright ass light. Old calendars everywhere, so that's 2020. And then the washer's out here with some, I think there's a sink. There used to be a little bitty sink out here. Oh, there is. Little sink, washer, and then of course hang dry everything. But I think nowadays you can get the actual, like the Japanese models, like one that we just bought our son who lives in Tokyo. It's a Panasonic, and this thing washes and dries. Yeah, but it washes and dries all at once. But yeah, so we've just been cleaning up over here all day, and I feel like it's a fire waiting to happen. It's like this wallpaper stuff stuck over the outlet, and then you can tell how it looks all weird and discolored. Let me turn this around. So I have no idea what in the hell is going on right there. I think that it's dangerous. And then it's not even, like, it's all bubbled up and shit down here. And then there are places where there's cracks, right? But, well, I guess where the house is settled, but I guess you can always kind of plaster that mess up. We stayed the night over here last night. And I don't think we've slept over here since, I guess it would be 2019 or so. We bought our house down the road in 2020, but this is where we always used to stay when we would come, which was super convenient because mom and dad bought this place and then, you know, never stayed in it. They kept staying in their house over in base housing that's like attached to their, well, I guess the shop is attached to the house more so than the house is attached to the shop, but it's like a long row of, I've taken you over there before, but it's like a long row of, oops, somebody left a light on in here. It's my Mississippi too. But yeah, I don't know if there's a window open up here. Well, it sure as shit is. How long has the window been open, you know? It's like, oh, I digress. But we haven't stayed over here since 2019. This one's in a little better shape, but one of the things about these houses is like, they have these split windows where it's like one pane here and then an inch or two and then another pane. The problem with that is pigeons and shit fly in here thinking they can build a nest and they just drop all this nesting material here. So in the future, you know, I would like to just gut these bathrooms, put a more modern sliding glass window up there for some ventilation, and then knock out all of this, the wall tiles, the floor tiles, and just start from scratch. This is the master bedroom where we camped out at yesterday. And we just brought us a little hobo bag. And I haven't even showered. Like, we just been working. We woke up and just got to work. Yeah, I don't know about that. But again, you run the sink and it starts leaking and coming out right on the floor. And there is a drain, but I don't know if there's a leak somewhere around that drain, which is causing that issue downstairs. But man, there's a lot to be done over here. Well, all cleaned up, and we're headed over to the post office.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Comes a roundabout, better be careful. Wifey's gonna head off to a market with her mom and sister real quick. So I'm gonna scoot over to the post office and pick up these fresh wallets coming in from War Belt Leather. And I don't have to pay too much for the import taxes and such. It's only just over 1,000 baht. 1,200. So I mean, that's essentially 30 bucks on, that guy's going the wrong way. It's essentially 30 bucks on $180 worth of goods. So I guess that's fair enough. You know, if you're importing cars over here, there's like a 200% import tax on that. So when you see people driving around these fancy European cars over here, you know, these McLarens and whatnot, they're expensive to begin with, and then they more than likely paid 200% on top of that. So anywho, let's get on over to the post office, and then we'll catch up with the fam jam here later on and see what's shaking. Well, if you order something from overseas, so like in my case, I'm from America but live here in Korat, Thailand. I ordered a package, like I said, from War Belt Leather, 2 wallets, one for myself and one as a gift for a family member here. But when you have things come in from overseas, you might have to pay some import fees on those items. So I came to the post office here in Korat, and if you live in Korat and the Ampere Muang thereof, or the actual city of Korat in the province of Korat, you're probably gonna come to this post office right here. And yeah, probably not got a good view of that. I'll drop where it's at on maps, but this is the main post office, and I got a notification yesterday, or I didn't get a notification, but I was tracking it via USPS, and it said that it made it to some destination in Thailand. So it got to Bangkok, it cleared customs, it went to a main hub, I guess, somewhere else in Thailand, probably down near Bangkok, or somewhere between there and here in Korat. And from there it made 3 or 4 different stops, or had at least 3 or 4 different check-ins on the package, but they all just said Thailand. There was no specific post office that it was at. And so if you order a package and you have it get over here and it says on USPS it's held for delivery pending payment or something to that effect, that really just means that it's held at a post office, and you need to figure out which one, and I'll tell you how to do that. But you need to come to the post office and pay those fees, and I think this time we had to do it in person. My wife called from the house just to make sure that, one, this was the right post office, and it was. This is the main hub here in Korat. This is the biggest and busiest, at least judging by the crowd that was in there today, the busiest one here in the city. Yo, Super Marine Corps. It's even written on green paper. I got a personal note here, and I'll read that in a hot second. But let's see what we got going on here. These should be 2 Dixons, I believe are what they called. Let's see here. Whoa, we got a keychain over here too. My dad got one of these also. He said it was cool. War Belt. Look at that. Sweet. Nice. Came out when I flung it over there on the other seat, I guess. Oh, yeah, boy. So 2 of these Dixons, which are like a front pocket wallet, kind of a minimal style kind of thing. And man, Dude, this thing's awesome. Thanks, man. I do not like carrying a fat wallet. I like to carry just the bare minimum. And my dad showed me a picture of his. He actually got his initials on his. It looked really good. But he had his thing like, oh man, he had all kinds of stretched out. He had all kinds of stuff in there. So it still fits quite a bit. But that's just a nice little minimal wallet. I like that. Just holds like the bare minimum, whatever card or two you need for the day. And stuff some cash in that bad boy and your license. And you're ready to rock and roll. Hey, thanks, Jason. I appreciate it, brother. Everybody, that's Warbelt Leather. And I'll make a link to his page down in the description. So y'all go check it out. On a trip to Big Charlie it is. On this left end down here is the major Cineplex. I don't know how often it is that they have movies in English, though. And then you got Be Quick over here, which is like your full service car care kind of joint. But yeah, some strange looking Oreos in here. If you don't want Oreo, come down here and get your Sumos. Let's see, got some Uncle Tom, got some Ploy. Oh, Gordon's, that's what we're after. I talk to myself quite often when I'm driving. I say things like, please don't do that. I wish you wouldn't do that. Please don't jump into my lane. Please don't try to walk across the highway. Just, there's a lot of stuff happening on these roads over here. And I think Chuck, over on No Time to Be Sad, hope we link back up with him pretty soon if they pass back through Karate here in the near future. But or maybe we'll go see them. I don't know. But he was talking about it in a video a long time ago where he was like, you know, you want to be in the fast lane. If you're on like a road that's got 2 lanes going in one direction, the fast lane is where you want to be, because that most outboard lane, or the slow lane we would call it in the States, that's where all the action's happening. Now, you don't want to be over there. That's where you have motorcycles and food carts going the wrong way. You've got sugarcane trucks that are stacked 1,000 feet high, like halfway on the shoulder and halfway in the road. So then for you to like get around them, you got to kind of violate the fast lane, so to speak, to get by them. But man, you really gotta be on it over here driving. You got these little tater balls. I like it. Delicious. Yes. Look at this. Look at this fried chicken on a stick. You know, if they put some pickles on there, it'd be like that one joint back in Oxford, Mississippi.
The chicken wing.
So there's a Chevron in Oxford, Mississippi, just off of the square. It's got these humongous fried chicken on a stick. And there's pickles on that bad boy. And there's potatoes on that bad boy. Might be a business venture over here. I don't know. Good Lord.